Every geologist, for that matter, every natural scientist who's a field worker is consciously or unconsciously, wittingly or unwittingly, an outreach activist. And this outreach activism started for me in 1966, in December, winter holidays, in our Natural History Museum of the great Punjab University, where it was a tradition to interact with the society. And families used to come in huge numbers to our Natural History Museum. Then a smaller one, but a valued one, created by late Professor Mulkraj Sahni, the son of great Ruchiram Sahni and the younger brother of the great Birbal Sahni. And I had neither met Amar Sahni, not Birbal Sahni, and there was no question of my having met Ruchiram Sahni. But we were initiated into this effort by teachers who were no armchair geologists, but active geologists. I.C. Pandey, who had come from Banaras Hindu University, S.V. Bhatia, who had come from Lucknow University and Geological Survey of India, who had been taught by Birbal Sahni and brought to Punjab University by Mulkraj Sahni. Then there was the great Brahma Sarup Tiwari, a paleontologist who had got the job in Geological Survey of India, but when he went to Calcutta, he fell sick and the interview never happened. And he was asked by Birbal Sahni to apply for a lecturer's job in Lucknow University. This story is very fascinating of Brahmasur Tiwari, and also my getting into earth sciences outreach, talking to public. Others who stood by us was Shriyansh Prasad Jain, a veteran who is now in USA, M.N. Saxena, Mahendranath Saxena, who was also an ex-GSI. In fact, his pet talk, rather amusing talk about the stalactites and stalagmites, was something which I narrated to my mother, who was a Shiv Bhakt. He said, इन गुफाओं में ये जो सॉल्यूशन प्रेसिपिटेशन से बनती हैं स्ट्रक्चर्स, इनको कुछ मूर्ख लोग, I'm sorry, I'm quoting him, he's no more, शिव जी की जटाएं कहते हैं. My mother was a Shiv Bhakt, and no morning goes without our listening to Om Namo Shivaya. We all, in some way or other, inspired by our mythology and our culture, which is actually rooted somewhere in spiritualism in love for Mother Nature, in caring and sharing. There were some younger ones in among our teachers. One was Jaswant Singh Jeevan. He's now in Australia. He was a Dhanbad School of Mines product who taught us engineering geology, mining geology, etc. I would focus today on Jaswant Singh Jeevan. He was the one who told us about how roads were made, about dams were made, about how mines were explored, exploratory mines were made, then exploiting mines were made, etc., etc. Basic fundamentals of road safety, road construction safety, we picked up as 17-year-old boys, or around 17, way back about 59 years ago. I'm not talking about it because I've been talking about the road unsafety in our hills. The roads today, unlike the roads in 62, are made by half-baked, ignorant people. I don't know what are their degrees, but a degree is not even worth the paper it's printed on. That they're cutting slopes vertically or at 80 degrees, letting the hills come down, then putting up high walls, and having the widened roads become full of landslides has been seen by us over the last 15 years. What we are seeing for the last 4 or 5 years is that Mother Nature gives a kick to their walls, these safety walls, so-called safety walls they made, at every opportunity. But what's the most unfortunate is that hundreds and hundreds of homes are destroyed, shops are destroyed, schools and colleges are destroyed, hospitals are destroyed, temples are destroyed, and hundreds and hundreds of people die because of no fault of theirs, but by these man-made disasters. Man-made disasters through butchering of the Himalayas and all the hills across our Indian landscape. I would be curious to know that such roads have been made or not in Pakistan, or such roads have been made in any underdeveloped country or a developing country. The excuse at times is given that, oh, these are border roads. These are made for our defense. Our army made such great roads, but they were wise and scientific in their temper. They never did it by themselves. Engineering Geology Division of Geological Survey of India, always around. And that's the reason, but for some landslides here and there in the initial phases, those roads are great. We all geologists, we have gone around driving, field working on those roads. But today, I'm sad to say, as an environment and geological safety activist, that all those who made these death traps across our Himalayas, across our Ghats, and even in the Thar Desert, even in Kutch, even the Vindhyans or Deccan volcanics, are the killers. The death of all those who died in these man-made disasters lies on the hands of those who ignored their own most respected Geological Survey of India. Never ever we see a Geological Survey of India spokesman being involved in answering these tragedies. They are kept away because geologists, once geologists, are always geologists. The Kedarnath tragedy wouldn't have happened if the geologist reports, duly asked and submitted by Geological Survey of India in 1980, was implemented. The greed to have habitation and make money, the greed to develop colonies fast, close to rivers, ignoring all the risks involved, is responsible for that. What's happened in Punjab? It's not that if you destroy hills, oh, you'll get away with it. Whatever has happened in Punjab and even across the border is all because of the mayhem and plunder our half-baked road makers and the masters did. I can't even say it's never too late to mend, because it's already very late. I'm sure all the walls they created, all the trees they destroyed, all the huge rock blocks they threw into the valleys will keep on and on destroying. And the Honorable Supreme Court warning that Himachal Pradesh will disappear from the map of India is unfortunately true. But what's sad is this, that the foothills, same is true for Uttarakhand, the foothills of Himachal, Uttarakhand, Jammu, and even Sikkim and Northeast will face the consequences of what was done. Very sad. Going back to my outreach lessons, I dedicate all that is safe for human safety, school safety, home safety, road safety, hospital safety, safety of cities, safety of villages, and safety of the little ones not yet born, whose mothers obviously were also killed. How many generations have suffered? Very sad. I hope other countries who may be in similar situation will take lessons from